Hi, I'm Maggie Lake, your host for this special UN Global Compact series, Financing a Sustainable Future, CFO Insights. You'll hear from the chief financial officers who are part of a special task force convened by the UN. They are using their platforms and influence to reshape the future of corporate finance and invest to help achieve the Sustainable Development Goals and build a resilient future. This is CFO Insights. So Kevin, what does SDG aligned investment look like from the perspective of a professional services company that's involved in some of the world's largest infrastructure projects?
What it really is about driving an agenda with our people and spending a lot of time in terms of training, in terms of commitments relative to how we think about changing our relationship with not only our clients but our people internally. And so we recognize that power, and what it fundamentally translates into, Maggie, is really thinking about how can we, for the several thousand projects that we're doing every year, literally 20,000 projects are ongoing at any particular point in time, across 1,000 plus clients around the globe, how can we embed our expertise, and we have a lot of it around the globe, in terms of our environmental talent? How do we embed into every single project that we're doing an ability to drive some level of a play on whether it's equality or whether it's sustainability and environmental? And we have the ability to do that with our people. So it becomes much more of a cultural transformation, as much as thinking about what we're doing in terms of our office footprint and how much travel we do and whatnot. So it's a different angle, but it's actually, I think, a more powerful angle for our people. And so what we do today is probably $5 billion of, I'm going to call it, ESG related projects. We want that to represent 14 billion, 100% of everything we're doing.
So given that your people are out there sort of embedding it into all the work you're doing, how do, say, your SDG carbon targets impact the management of projects' life cycle?
What we've done is we have sustainability leads. I was actually on a kickoff call to the first 30 about a week ago, where we were championing and supporting the kickoff of providing these sustainability leads and embedding them into the entire organization around the globe, whether that's a region or whether it's a line of our business, whatever it is. These leads are going to be given the task to be the disciples relative to how we're going to be driving. And so the projects ultimately can vary dramatically in terms of how successful we are. You might actually be proposing to cities not to do something that they're proposing to do, because it's creating a different dynamic relative to sustainability and I'm going to call it the societal well-being of the communities in which they're serving. And so it can dramatically change, i.e. eliminate projects, but translate into longer term objectives of thinking about the urbanization of the world, which is still continuing, even though COVID has disrupted that to a certain extent. But you have to think differently, and how that can potentially change what the investment profile looks like for those particular cities, or metropolitan areas, I should say, can be dramatically different. So it can extend, eliminate, or fundamentally change some of the program work that we're doing.
How has the experience been in trying to communicate that both to clients and also to investors as you sort of undertake this effort?
Our people want to do this. They're excited about doing this. They think it's, their agenda as well, in terms of what they want to aspire to be as a company and as a team. And so while it's a Herculean task to drive that change management through, it's a ready-made task, and it's an accepted task. for the 55,000 people around the organization. The bigger challenges are our clients and access to a different way of thinking. And so that's why we think that this need to be proactive in the engagement with our clients to make sure this isn't about kind of redesigning a bridge and access to the bridge. Do you need the bridge? Is there some other way to think about the traffic flows and I wouldn't even say traffic, I would say movement and the mobility of people in a metropolitan area or across regions, and how do we think about that, and how should that metropolitan area think about that in terms of what the investment profile may look like. So it really is a push, which I think is part and parcel, and why I think the UN CFO task force is really powerful, because it elevates the discussion. It engages a collective CFO organization around the globe, whatever you're doing.
How important is the issue of partnership?
I think critically important. I think there's a couple really real examples that I think are relevant to Jacobs. We've made several investments. In 2021, we made a partnership investment in PA Consulting, which is a digital technology, sustainability related consulting services group. And we are seeing a tremendous amount of ability for us to take this majority partnership position we have with them, and starting to see what we're doing versus what they're doing, and how do the combined entities, by working more collaboratively, translate into opportunities for us as a company. And it's extraordinary in terms of the first 6 months that we've been able to work together, how that's coming together in a very powerful way. We made an investment in a company called Symmetrica, which is very interesting. It's a company that evaluates investments in infrastructure and determines what the value proposition is associated with not only the economic benefits of a particular investment profile, which is how historically things have been evaluated, but the well-being, the society well-being aspects associated with how our communities impacted in a more powerful way, a more aligned way, and which is an encouraging equality. We did some work with the city of Edinburgh in terms of enhancing their city center, and how that is more constructive in terms of sustainability and well-being associated with the constituent. And the value proposition that was what was evaluated through the help with working with Symmetrica was 4 times what the economic benefit of the specific economic benefit. So it provides a vehicle for government institutions and metropolitan areas to say, we know these are critical problems that we're trying to solve. What's the logic, and how can we start to put together the economic justification of potential billions of dollars of investment? And so we continue to have these kinds of opportunities and partnerships. I think will be important just from an overall global perspective.
Thank you for watching CFO Insights. For more information on the CFO Task Force for the SDGs, you can head over to www.cfotaskforce.org and share your insights on social media using the hashtag CFO Task Force. Don't forget to tag the UN Global Compact @Global Compact. We'll see you again soon.